Well, welcome back to part 2 of the Kilted Texan, hey, why doesn't my Audi charge adventure? So, had it back for 3 days. They charged it on the DC fast charger there, and then I was never able to get it to charge. Again, both my chargers work on my ID4, and this one, it actually trips a breaker. Well, it tripped a breaker, and now it won't charge at all. So whatever it was looked like it did damage and then quit. So, we are taking it back to Audi Dominion, although this time they did say that they would get us a loaner. So my guess is they're probably going to have it another 2.5 weeks or whatever, and we'll see if they can get it fixed. So like I said, it wasn't over yet. And I've got, let's see, because I have 82 miles of range, and I got, I think, 44 miles to go before I can make it to, it's not up there, but I got 44 miles to go to Audi Dominion. So I'm kind of screwed if I don't, if they don't either screwed up and didn't have a loaner or something like that. So, plus their concierge service only drops off for a maximum of 25 miles. So, yeah, I mean, Audi Dominion has always been fantastic, so I have no doubt that they'll be fine. But this is not boding well for my thoughts of Audi quality, we'll put it that way.
So Audi went ahead and they got her fixed, well, for a couple of months. I think it was about 2 months. And then started seeing charging issues again. And the thing we found out was that I would try to charge it and it would fail. It would start throwing the red light or would get stuck at initializing or something like that. And then we would take it to Audi, and Audi wouldn't touch it for a day or two, or maybe even until the next week. Yeah, say we took it on a Saturday, they wouldn't touch it till Monday or Tuesday. So by then something in the software would have reset, and then all of a sudden the car would start to charge again. So in other words, they couldn't replicate the issue. So this happened a couple of different times, and I'm going to show you, video that I finally took here in the last couple of days, showing them, hey, this thing ain't working. So finally, I got a video put together, and I called them this morning, and that's when we got some interesting news. So the news I got from Audi this morning was that basically they are going to be issuing a recall for the charging port malfunction. So I've been going at this now for what? I guess 8 months. Because, well, actually it started in March, so I guess 9 months. So 9 months, basically I've been fighting this charging port issue, and Audi is, I called them this morning and said, I don't know what we're going to do, but they told me this morning that they are issuing a recall basically apparently today. Said it won't actually hit like our computer systems and such maybe until early next year, but essentially there is a software issue. Well, they're hoping to be able to fix it with a software fix, that the charging port will intermittently fail and basically come back to life on its own, which is exactly what I've been experiencing. So they basically said, just sit tight and we'll get her fixed when we get her fixed. And, of course, every good rep, gotta try to make you feel good. So, of course, he said, you're at the top of my list, sir. I'll give you a call just as soon as we hear, when we get it fixed. And we'll get your car in here and we'll get it fixed if it's not going to be an OTA or an over-the-air update. So I guess we'll see. We'll see where we go from here. Today is 30 December, so of 2023. So they're saying that they're hoping to have everything fixed and all said and done, and all the fixes distributed by end of first quarter 2024. So basically I've got to deal with it essentially for the next 3 months at a max, hopefully. Now, of course, we know how the Volkswagen Auto Group sometimes is about their software releases. Anybody who's had an ID4 and waited for over-the-air updates for a year and a half, they know that sometimes the VWAG doesn't really get their stuff going straight. So we'll see how long that's going to take, and hopefully we get it all straightened out and they get my car fixed to where I at least trust it. Because right now, if I've got a trip that's going to be longer than or further than basically my charger or the charge that I have on it when I leave the house, if it's going to be longer than that, I don't take it with that car. I take one of the other cars. So I'm really looking forward to trusting this Audi. It would give me some pretty great pleasure to be able to trust this car. So hopefully Audi comes through and gets this thing fixed. But right now, she is broke, and there's a recall that they don't have a fix for yet. That is the issue. So keep our fingers crossed, eyes crossed, cross every other thing that doesn't hurt too much or bleed, and we'll see where we go from here.
So this is a video that I did where I actually had the e-tron. I've been through the other two chargers that I had outside, and I brought it inside to my level 1 charger inside the house, and it's hooked up through non-GFCI up top. And I was trying to get it to charge, and you can see it was just flashing the white light for initializing. And I've gone ahead and re-recorded the audio over this because I was a little tight-jawed, we'll put it that way. So my language was not exactly beneficial at that point. But as you can see, you know, it was doing the white light deal, and we'd get inside, you know, basically it would come up with a display, and you know, essentially all it did was come up with a charging system error. After a little bit, you can see it's stuck on initialize, and this is what would happen over and over again. It would just pop on initialize and then not actually start, or it would initialize for a little bit and then kick over to the red light on the charging port, and it would come up with the charging system failure inside. So that's what we would get each time, and this is where we'd end up. Not fun.
Okay, we're going to try this again. White light. Still stuck on initialize. Probably because the temperature came up a little bit. The battery is now showing 73%. Still white, flashing. Still white, flashing. Now it's red. Interior. Just going to show. Apparently not. Anyways, you can see the plug down there is the lower left-hand corner is red. Let's see. Charging system malfunction. Okay, there we go. Okay, now just to show you the charger is not the issue. I'll walk right over here to my Cadillac Lyric. It just beeped.
Don't have to press the brake.
Charge cord connected. It's showing charging at 2 kilowatt.
Okay. Well, now it's working. The next day, it just now plugged in. And you can see it is now the 27th. It is at 73%, which is what it was at yesterday. And now it's charging with absolutely no other intervention other than letting it sit and think about what it's done wrong in its life. Really pisses me off. If you're gonna crash in that like button and subscribe for more, and we'll keep you abreast of this particular situation because this one's a biggie. As there were a lot of e-trons, I'd say a lot. There were a few e-trons actually sold here in the US that are gonna be affected by this issue. So hopefully we can get it straightened out. All right, talk to y'all on the next one.